Hello, friends, and welcome to the first
official
Fool's Perspective, the first ever Pack of Fools podcast.
Pack of Fools podcast.
That's right, I just said that.
Yeah.
That's the thing where we talk
About foolish stuff.
Well, no, we're
on
fools.
a podcast.
No, we're fools, and we give our perspective on stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I'm glad we've agreed on this now. So, what are we talking about? What do we talk about on this thing? This is the first one, so let's establish some ground rules from here on out that we're going to follow for the rest of time.
First and foremost,
First rule of the Fool's Perspective.
no touching of the hair or face.
Good reference. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about, I don't know, culture. Poppy culture.
Poppy seed bagels.
Pop.
Breakfast. We're going to talk about breakfast.
What did you have for breakfast this morning?
I had a Jimmy Dean sandwich.
Ooh.
Yeah. On a biscuit. Sandwich on a biscuit.
Is that real?
Biscuit sandwich.
You had
yeah.
a real biscuit Jimmy Dean sandwich?
I had a real life, in the flesh, egg, sausage, cheese, Jimmy Dean breakfast biscuit sandwich.
How's Jimmy Dean doing these days?
He's
I don't care. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to cover some stuff. A lot happened this week.
Did it?
Yeah, so let's give our perspective on our foolish perspective, if you will.
You ever, go on the playground and you sit on that thing that spins really fast?
Sure.
I don't
My
know.
merry-go-round?
Is that? I don't know. Sure. That's what my life looked like this week.
Did it?
It was just a big, dizzy, nauseous blur.
Like the Gravitron at the carnival?
Yeah, but only there wasn't anybody crawling on the walls and spinning their neck around.
I think that's from a movie.
Yeah, all right.
No, something else happened. Do you get where I'm hinting at?
Something else happened.
Well, a few things happened, but...
Oh, you paid off your tickets.
So, what happened this week? Well, last night, specifically, it was the Game Awards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Last night, there was the Game Awards, the Video Game Awards. We talked about this not too long ago in a non-official podcast. I mean, is that breaking the fourth wall? Should we not do that?
Yeah.
All right.
What the hell are you doing?
This is the first podcast ever. We never talked about anything else before this.
Hello, friends, and welcome.
So the Game Awards were last night. We're just gonna burn through this because if anyone ever watches this, you'll see in the title that this is not the main topic. We're just gonna cover a couple things before that main topic that everyone knows should be covered. What
Right.
in God's fuck is that noise?
So my house was built in the 70s, and back in the 70s, they didn't have really quiet heating systems for homes.
Okay.
So when you hear something like a horror movie door opening slowly, that's actually my heat not allowing its pipes to freeze.
Okay, so hopefully we're not going to die. Hopefully you guys aren't hearing that. But anyways, so
My house is just hungry.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. So let's just cover a couple of big ones. In my opinion, the biggest one of the night, the biggest, most important thing that ever happened last night, Fortnite. Yeah, you knew where I was going. Fortnite wins. Woo! Fortnite wins best multiplayer game, deservedly so. Fortnite wins best ongoing game, totally deservedly so. What is your opinion on that?
I feel sick to my stomach.
Okay, hold on. Let's just back our fucking shit up for a second.
Wow.
Look
This
at
is a family show.
Try to look. Is it? So try to look at this as objectively as you possibly can. Think like you are one of those critics sitting in the booth right there, and you're really thinking to yourself, like, what is the game that everyone's playing this year? What's the game that everyone's talking about? What's the game that everyone wants to play? What's your answer?
Viva Pinata.
No, yeah. Best ongoing game for sure.
Viva Pinata 2 Cruise Island Course.
Was that confirmed last night?
No.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, it wasn't good.
No, there's a few other good things confirmed. I think it was totally expected, but
Hideo Kojima's coming back.
Hideo?
Yeah.
Hideo?
Yeah.
Hideo?
I don't have an accent like that. I'm sorry.
Where is he coming back from?
From vacation.
What are you talking about?
He's gonna join back with Konami and make a new Metal Gear game.
Is that real?
No, it's not real.
What
Sorry.
the fuck did you just
I'm
do to
sorry.
me?
I'm
You
sorry.
actually got me excited for a second. I thought I didn't hear about this. You're a monster.
Yeah, well, you know.
Okay. Well, Hideo Kojima wasn't there last night, so I don't know.
Of course not. He wasn't invited. Again.
No, that's not true. He doesn't work for Konami anymore.
Yeah. I know.
Do you know what happened last night?
I got 9 hours of sleep last night.
Okay.
That was pretty good.
That's good. All right, quickly. Best narrative. Do you remember? Do you even know?
Why don't you tell me?
It's Red Dead Redemption 2.
Nice.
Yeah, so-
That's awesome.
So, oh, God. Sure. Fine.
What do you mean, sure, fine?
Okay, it was really good.
It was amazing.
It was really, really good.
That story was great.
Is it the best one?
Out of what?
The other, out of fucking God of War? Is it better than God? Okay. Of course you're going to say yes. But
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Most of the people agree with me, clearly.
Okay. Yes. I'm just giving my humble opinion.
You can give your wrong, humble opinion. Go
I
ahead.
just felt more. I got more emotion out of my playthrough of God of War gave me a little bit more emotion, personally.
What more did you want from Red Dead Redemption?
I don't know. I wanted to care about Arthur a little bit more.
Then you were not watching the same story
No,
I was.
I was.
Either that or you're dead inside.
I guess I'm a little dead inside. That's probably more true. Let's move on.
Before we get into Zach's dramatic childhood.
Is this really important? Best fighting game? Fighters?
Yeah, it is.
How?
Well, I mean, Rob is really excited about it.
Is he excited? Did you even ask him?
No.
I didn't think so.
But he loves that game, so, like,
No,
why wouldn't he?
A lot of people love it. That's kind of why I'm saying, is it really that important? It was obviously going to win, right?
Yeah, it's so good. Like, in terms of a fighting game and, like, just how amazing they were with fan service and they stuck true to the character and the art style, yeah.
It's a phenomenon. That game hit big, and it was a big hit at the fucking big tournament, Evo 2018. It was a very, very big deal there.
Yep.
So, yeah, obviously that was going to win. Best... There was another one I was thinking of.
Wasn't there, like, a competitive game or something?
Best
What's
esports?
Esports.
Esports. Well, yeah, and that was Overwatch. Overwatch won that. And that was also another obvious one because did I tell you about this? How Overwatch, the grand finals were at the Barclays Center?
No.
Yeah. They had the Overwatch grand finals. A video game grand finals were at the fucking Barclays Center in New York.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So, obviously that one was going to win.
Wait, who were there? Who was the competition for that?
You're not going to understand anything I'm about to say. But it was London Spitfire versus, I believe, was it the Fusion? I think it was the Philadelphia Fusion.
Are you telling me who was playing Overwatch?
The two
against
teams.
it? I'm talking about competition for the award.
Oh, I don't know. Fucking League of Legends, probably.
I mean, you think about that, like League of Legends is like an amazing game.
Well, that
like, competitively, like,
that won last year, I'm pretty sure. And no, you know what? I think actually Overwatch won last year too. Yeah, League of Legends, Dota 2, Counter-Strike, and Fortnite.
Oh, fuck Fortnite.
I didn't even know Fortnite was esports. I guess anything's an esport if it's a video game
when
and
you
you play
can,
it
like,
competitively.
when you can shoot somebody in the mouth and then Dougie over their dead body, yeah, it's gonna get
Dougie?
It's gonna get a little competitive.
Did you just do a 2011 dance?
Yeah, whatever they put in that fucking game, I don't know.
Well, you know why Fortnite's popular.
Because of the dances.
Exactly, but they're popular. They're like the recent dances.
Yeah, they're like the hip,
The floss, the one where the
the electric slide.
And the Macarena.
Yeah,
All the
yeah.
kids are doing it these days.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Sure. All
Every
right.
Sweet 16
Let's
ever.
just talk about the big one. I was gonna say best direction, but it's the same game, so we might
Yeah.
as well just talk about it.
Mhm.
Game of the year,
Goes to
God of War, and I
goddamn right.
was so fucking happy about this. I gotta tell you, because
You do have to tell me, otherwise it's gonna be a really terrible podcast.
when we were talking about this not too long ago, I was pretty goddamn sure Red Dead was gonna win this. And early on in the night, you didn't watch it. You watched
I didn't
highlights.
watch anything.
I watched.
Again, I never get any of my own media.
But you told me you
news.
watched highlights, so at least
I just watched the one.
Oh, you watched the one?
The one highlight.
Oh, the best moment of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to explain what happened there?
Of course I do. So the best moment of the show was that the voice actors of Atreus and Kratos.
Christopher Judge is Kratos. I don't know the kid's name, unfortunately. That's a good voice actor though, so I should probably
he did
find that out.
Very good job in that game. They were presenting an award. I don't know what the award was.
I don't remember which one it was.
So, Christopher Judge says, and the award goes to, and then there's an awkward silence because the little boy's holding the envelope and he's not saying anything, and then Kratos goes, "Read it, boy."
In the Kratos voice.
Yeah, and everyone freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
And even I was like, yeah!
But that's
amazing.
That's a great performance.
Yeah.
That just bleeds through into through culture. Even though the best performance of the night actually went to Arthur Morgan, the guy that played Arthur Morgan.
Yeah. He was far and away the best in a game that I've...
know what's kind of a fucking tragedy, though? Dutch wasn't nominated. The guy who plays Dutch.
Yeah, but, you didn't follow Dutch as much as Arthur.
But he was a better character, and I feel like he was better performed.
I think he was more interesting, but I think the story didn't revolve around Dutch. It revolved around Arthur and his story of redemption.
All right, you ready? The Dark Knight didn't revolve around, didn't follow the Joker, but the Joker won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor.
Joker,
well, he was the main villain, but you can argue so was Dutch.
Yeah.
He started off as a good guy.
Was the villain Arthur's own moral values conflicting in himself? Am I getting too deep here?
So back to God of War. No, you're right. I get what you're saying, and Arthur Morgan did a great job. I'm not going to take anything away from him. Gradually he made me care about him throughout the game, and that's a sign of a very good performance.
Yeah, because at first he started off as this husk.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, you're all right, sure. Yeah, okay, all right, yeah. And then, that was his only dialogue.
Yeah, saying one-word things. But then you realized, as the game progressed, that was the issue, is he was struggling with all the changes that were happening, which was the theme of the first game, too, which is a really good callback.
Yeah, but I don't know. I kind of looked back on the first game and this game, and I feel like this story was way more about redemption than it was about protecting his family. It was really about him. I don't know. I feel like it portrayed the story of redemption a lot more than John's.
I disagree. I think John Marston's story, where he was sent. This shouldn't be a Red Dead podcast, so let's just we'll get past it in a second. But I think the story of Red Dead 1, the redemption of Red Dead 1, is John Marston having to go through his entire the living members of his old gang to A, free his family, and B, redeem himself from all the horrible things that they did as a gang.
Yeah, I mean...
And then he's given the ultimate redemption in the end when he basically gives his own life for his family.
Yeah, but when you come into that story, John's already put that life behind him, where Morgan is still in it, and then
I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I think they're either on an equal playing field. My personal opinion would put Red Dead 1 over it, but to say one is better than the other, that's hard.
I think in the terms of redemption, I think this one is better in terms of redemption.
Well, I fucking disagree with you.
Well, whatever, man.
I'm ending this podcast. We're done.
All right, goodbye, everyone.
We were talking about God of War, the game of the fucking year.
Game of the year!
And we go off a tangent on Red Dead. Well, that just goes to show how much I really thought Red Dead was winning this.
Yeah.
Because the hype was so real, and throughout the entire night, this is why we went off on that tangent. Because I was asking you if you watched the show, and then we somehow went on that tangent. But throughout the show, Red Dead was winning so many different things.
Really?
Yeah, they won... all the little arty war, the art direction award, the best.
All right. They really deserve that, though.
They deserve. Come on, no, you tell me that the fucking incredible visual effects at the visuals of Kratos's of Midgard and all the fucking crazy Nordic mythic shit in God of War wasn't more appealing to look at than trees. Tell me that right now to my fucking face.
But like their whole world was so beautifully done in that game, though.
So is God of War.
Yeah, I know, but
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like because
it could have been a toss-up. Like, well, we got. Let's...
No, I think it's because when you're doing something out of like a creativity perspective, like where you're trying to imagine what this might look like, as opposed to actually taking a natural landscape and be like, this is what it fucking looks like, and now it's on a video game. It looks like a spitting image of what you'd see if you look out your window. Like, that's amazing.
I'm just gonna disagree on the sense of art direction, though. Like, I feel like more effort goes into creating a world as opposed to emulating one. Emulating a real world as opposed to creating a world, like what God of War did.
I do see your point. I do.
But in if I'm gonna be objective here, it's easily a toss-up because Red Dead 2 is far and away probably the most gorgeous game of the year.
Yeah.
Because it out of scale.
Mm-hmm.
God of War is big, but Red Dead 2 is insane.
Yeah.
So,
Huge.
yes, insane in depth.
Yeah.
Like every little fucking blade of grass, like that's Red Dead 2. So, objectively, it's a toss-up. So, Red Dead, that's fine. They also, in my opinion, this was also, I personally like the God of War 1 better, but that's just out of personal taste. Again, objectively, I think Red Dead 2 deserved the best score, the music, best music. It probably deserved that.
God of War's got some really epic fucking music.
It's epic, but I think Red Dead is more diverse.
Yeah, that's
it hits
true.
a lot of different
That's
notes,
true.
and it definitely follows the tone really fucking well.
Honestly,
God of War has one good, like, it's the dun dun dun, and it does that the entire game.
Yeah.
Red Dead 2 has so many fucking different things, so many different themes, and they at the show. You should, when we're done with this, you should go watch this as well. The live performances of the Red Dead music.
Yeah.
They do the two in a row, the two actual songs that are sang throughout the game.
Those are good songs.
And they're amazing, and they were amazing live as well, which makes you, and it made you, because they actually did the performance after they won that award, and you're like, yeah, they deserved it.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of like the music playing the tone and like, you know, getting you like immersed in that, when I first started up the game and like you're in the loading screen and like you're looking at all those like old stained pictures and like the background theme song is playing, I'm like, holy shit, this is really sad.
Yeah.
Like I was like really like, wow, like what am I about to get myself into with this game?
Well, it definitely hits that tone throughout the game.
It's great. It's
sad.
It's amazing.
It's definitely a tone in that game. It was well deserved. Best music. It, like I said, won best performance. It won best narrative. So it just kept winning. It kept winning. It kept winning. And then Game of the Year comes around, and like I told you, I really wanted God of War to win, because if I just took a step back and thought my year over, because we both collectively played 3 of the 6 games nominated.
Right, yeah.
So I thought to myself, out of those 3 games that I actually played, the other 3 were like Assassin's Creed and fucking
fuck that game. I hate them
Celeste,
so much.
which all power to Celeste, which by the way,
they won. Yeah,
Celeste
they
won
the
best
indie.
independent game anyway. Like I said, they would.
Yep.
They were in that category. That's the category they should have won, and they won it. So good for them. But out of all those games, out of all those other games, and I just took a step back and I realized, what's the best video game I played? Like when I was holding a fucking controller, doing stuff as a video game character, doing video game stuff, I had the most fun with God of War. I had such a stupid amount of fun playing that game, and
you're playing it again now, right?
I beat it already. Like
a second time already?
I beat it already,
Wow.
and I beat it literally 2 days before the Game Awards. So I beat it, and then 2 days later wins Game of the Year.
So you're probably like freaking out.
I was freaking out because I had the whole game was fresh in my mind again, and the feeling of playing it was all fresh in my mind. So I was like, yeah, this game absolutely deserved it. And I've been watching so many interviews with the director, because God of War also won Best Direction.
Oh, good.
And the creative director, Cory Balrog, I watched so many interviews with him where he was talking about the game and how passionate he was. I was like, this game totally fucking deserved it. They spent 6 years revamping a game that was already established, that already had a system that everyone really liked, and they revamped the entire game.
Take notes, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, we can't say that because we didn't play the last 2, and that's apparently That was their God of War moment. He's staring at me right now. Listen.
Wah, wah, wah.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, you say that, but
Well, yeah.
here you are, haven't played the last two because they were just so great, right?
It's because I don't care. It's really the difference.
Yeah, well, if they were good, you'd care.
Okay. What's something else we cared about? The Game Awards had a bunch of fucking reveals.
Spider-Man we cared about. Spider-Man was really good.
Yeah, it didn't win anything, though.
That sucks.
It does kind of
Let's talk about performance, though, for a second. Because that actor who played Spider-Man and Peter Parker was the best interpretation of Spider-Man and Peter Parker I've ever seen.
He absolutely nailed it.
He was amazing.
But really, think about it. Look at his competition.
Yeah, I'm not saying he
Yeah.
deserved it over the Arthur Morgan guy.
Yeah.
Because he clearly deserved it over anybody. But he was, like, let's talk about that. He was so good as those characters.
That was another game that it brings out an emotion in you, because if you love that character, which I do, and you love Spider-Man, you love that mythos. That game did such a great job that a lot of games, there's been a couple really good Spider-Man games, but this is great.
This is great.
This is one of the
greats. This is amazing.
Good one. It creates a universe, and that's another thing it does.
Yes.
It created a universe where it told its own story.
And the story was great.
And the story was really good, and you cared about everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the best? No. I think it was part of the best narrative nominees, but over Red Dead or God of War? No, probably not.
No.
But similar to God of War, it made me want to fucking see what happened next. Yeah. I desperately want to know what happens next in Spider-Man and in God of War, respectively. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. That's kind of disappointing. That's another game with great music.
Yeah,
that was a great theme. It kind of like homages the old Spider-Man themes, especially the Sam Raimi Spider-Man theme.
But I felt so epic swinging through the city, hearing that music.
Yeah, that was when the music
so awesome.
That was one of those things, because you really got to go back and watch some of this stuff, because throughout the night they had the Game Awards orchestra playing through all this stuff, and the Game Awards nominees were the video package for the nominees were shown through the orchestra playing all their themes. And that's what they did last year, which was so epic. So they did it again this year, and it was just as fucking epic. So and again, playing through it, like as they did it, which again it just showed why Red Dead was so deserving. Like it would go through all the epic themes, and then it all fucking slowed down and died for Red Dead. It got really quiet for the soft Red Dead tone. Like, yeah, exactly. It gives you chills just to think about how incredibly deep and just how widespreading that theme was to the game, all the different music. So, okay, are we done sucking those games' cocks?
I think so.
Should we suck this other game's cock?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm about to say?
Nope, but my mouth is ready, so let's do it.
Mortal Kombat 11. I'm just kidding. Did you watch that trailer, though?
I hate that game so much. Oh, God.
The trailer, though, was revealed in a really cool way. I gotta give it to them. So the director,
I haven't seen it.
The creator of Mortal Kombat in general, which that guy's a fucking icon, and he needs some recognition at some point.
Yeah, those games are legendary.
He walked out and he goes, "All right, I'm here to present the nominees for the best sports and racing game." And he looks up and the screen goes, best sports and racing game," and the screen kind of cracks a little bit, and then it breaks forward, and then the whole arena gets dark. And then NetherRealm Studios pops up, and then they run the trailer for Mortal Kombat 11.
How big was the pop for that?
It was huge, and because the pop was big for the symbol, like lightning struck, and then the symbol popped up, and everyone got so fucking hyped. And I was really hyped because I love those games. Yeah. I love Mortal Kombat, so that trailer is really good. It shows really nothing. It just shows that Raiden's a bad guy.
Ooh.
Well, Did you play Mortal Kombat 10?
How long ago did that come out?
Like 2 years ago.
That was not. Come on, it was longer than that.
Oh yeah, it was like 3 years ago, 3 or 4.
Yeah, but I don't remember.
Okay, it was really good. And at the end, Raiden kind of like chooses the dark side. Like he has red eyes and red lightning around him, and he's fighting Scorpion in the trailer. But that's all it is. It's just a fight, and they literally kill each other.
Oh, cool!
Like Raiden blows up like Scorpion. He kicks the ever-loving shit out of Scorpion, and then blows his head up. And then he turns around, and then another Scorpion's there, turns into the fire demon, dives through Raiden's body, He chops off his head, kicks it forward, does the fucking get over here. His like chain thing splits through Raiden's mouth, and then it cuts to black. That's the trailer.
That's pretty cool.
It was really cool, and that was a really cool reveal.
I remember Mortal Kombat 10's trailer was really epic with the Sub-Zero Scorpion fight.
Exactly.
It was great.
It was literally exactly like that.
That's cool.
Nothing to do with
That's
the story,
awesome.
just a really cool cinematic fight.
That's how you do trailers, people.
Not really. It's a cinematic. It's not gameplay.
Fuck you. That's how you do trailers.
I disagree, but I think a good trailer shows gameplay. Well, speaking of trailers, speaking of reveals, let's transition. There was a big reveal for somebody. The first DLC character for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Seriously?
Yep, that came out today. Not the character, but the game came out today.
Yeah.
Officially.
Mm-hmm.
We've played it.
Yep.
A few times.
Yep.
The character was a guy from Persona 5. I know you have no idea who that is, so I didn't even bother. But the transition was there because they talked about it in the Game Awards.
What's the character's name?
Joker.
Come on.
I know it's weird, but yeah, his name's Joker for Persona 5. A lot of people were hyped about it. People really like that game. I don't know anything about it, but yeah, no, good for them.
Yeah, cool. Where's Banjo-Kazooie?
Right, exactly. Piranha Plant.
Where's Crash
That's
Bandicoot?
Banjo-Kazooie. He's Piranha Plant.
No.
Which, by the way, he comes out in February. I pre-ordered the game, and I got it, and they said Piranha Plant doesn't come until February. So I was like, well, fuck me, I guess. So, what do you think? So we are, to say the least, Smash veterans.
Yeah.
We're old school. Back to 64 days, we played a fuck ton of Smash.
Pretty sure it was like the first game I ever played.
Video game ever?
That I remember.
That
yeah.
you can remember playing? Yeah. That's a good guess. I've had a Super Nintendo, so I know for a fact that I played
64 was my first system.
Yeah. So, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, right?
So Smash kind of has like the most sentimental video game value to you,
kinda.
really.
Kind of.
So, with that being said, you have the floor. What are your opinions on Super Smash Bros.
My
Ultimate?
opinions are it is the greatest game ever made ever. No, it's
you
not.
don't think that?
No, I don't. Not at all. Because it's clearly Donkey Kong 64.
Wait, hey, did you ever beat that game?
Nope. No, I did not.
That's a theme you guys are gonna get. Hopefully,
yeah, we'll go over that in time.
Go ahead.
I think it's really good. I think that some of the changes they made are great, and some of the changes they made are kind of like, why did you change it like that?
Elaborate.
Just to name one of them, the air dodging in this game, you get one, and if you do it to the side, you get flung 500 feet to the right or the left, or whatever direction you choose.
Yeah, right.
Take.
So if you hit the dodge in the air, you only get one, but
it's like a gust of 45-mile-an-hour wind just takes you off the map, and then you can't do anything.
Yeah.
So that was really weird to get used to. I'm still not used to that, so I keep dying. I'm noticing that I'm having a really hard time, like if you're recovering and you're doing like your up B move to get back on the map, and like you're not facing the edge, you're not grabbing the edge. You're just dropping. That's happening to me a lot.
They brought a lot of melee back into this game,
which is, to me, travesty, because fuck that game.
Yeah. See, okay.
That game was so broken.
If anyone here is a melee purist, melee is a broken, shitty game. Base melee. They fixed melee eventually, and they made it like the Pro League melee that's a different game.
Yeah.
That's not the original melee.
Right.
They changed shit to make melee good.
To make it fair.
Exactly. So the base melee, which is what we played, we did not like very much.
It was insane. Because all you had to do was pick Fox, and you're like, well, let me put down the fucking controller now. Like, I don't have to play this one.
Throw some fucking C-sticks, and the game's over. Yeah.
You just travel across the map. Like, okay, this is fun, I guess. This is what fun's like.
This is what fun is?
Mom,
this
isn't what you told me fun was gonna be like.
So I guess I'm not really on your side with the air dodging, because I like how hard it is.
It's definitely challenging.
I like that you really have to like think your shit through.
Yeah.
You don't have time to react. You don't have time to like get any forgiveness in this game.
Right.
You will immediately get punishment if you fuck up once.
Yep.
And I'm actually I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. My big issue with the game is a visual thing.
Okay.
I thoroughly dislike how when you hit someone with a smash, and I was actually watching reviews and people were talking about how like cool this is, and I wholeheartedly disagree. When you hit someone with a smash move or with any type of strong move, you will go flying really fast and then suddenly stop depending on your damage. Yes, I'm sure I will get used to this.
You will.
But holy shit, is that jarring.
Yeah, it is.
Because it gives you no sense of your strength. It gives you no sense of how strong your specific move is.
Yeah, you're right.
Because
actually.
each fucking move makes you go flying. Each and every one of them.
Yeah.
So there's no way.
Even if you have like no damage.
Exactly. There's no way of telling how good that move was that you just did, because they will go flying regardless.
I don't remember a Smash game that ever did that though. Like,
neither do I. I think that's brand new.
If you had low damage and you got smashed and it was like 20%, you move, but you wouldn't go like across the entire map.
You would slowly glide into the spot that you'd end up being in.
Right.
In this game, you zoom to that spot that you'll end up being in, and then you recover from there.
It's much quicker paced. The visuals are, I guess they're initially jarring, but then you're like, okay, this is life now.
The visuals in the sense of, are you talking about like the shaky screen and everything too? Yeah, that's a problem that our friends are currently having, where whenever someone dies, or is it even with like hits too?
Yeah, if you get like crushed and like you're going halfway across the map but you don't die and like you're still outside of the blast zone, the whole screen is like, duck and cover, there's an earthquake. Like,
and mind you, we're playing with 6 people.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people on the screen.
There's so much shaking going on. Yeah. It's really
that's really hard to keep track of, at least for us right now.
But we'll get used to it, I feel like.
Yeah, I think so.
So
also, once you get used to the different dynamics that they put back in the game and they've changed, and I like that some of the slower characters are now faster and they can kind of keep up with the rest of the roster. I like that if you hit a move like perfectly, like if you Falcon punch somebody in the schnoz, it's like that quick little cutscene. It looks really epic and cool, and then you go flying across it. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about that.
I love that too. I love the epic cutscenes.
Yeah.
The cutscenes are great because they actually do a good job of making it quick enough and slow enough at the same time. The slow enough where it slows down the entire game.
And you appreciate it.
Exactly. You're given the time to appreciate it, and then it comes back, and everyone, again, we'll get used to it. The people that aren't used to it out of our friend group will get used to it, but I'm used to it already.
Me too.
That was something... Because you can immediately, you're immediately hit in the face with the visuals of the shaky screen. So I was picking up right away, like, all right, I need to know where I am at all times. I need to follow my name and my character at all times, or else I'm fucked.
Yep.
Which is a problem a lot of us are having, where sometimes we'll lose ourselves, and then we're on the other side of the map doing a fucking Falcon kick into the depths.
Yeah, but it also doesn't help that we're all Captain Falcon.
Well, okay, but that's the one specific type of game, and that's tradition. So no one can complain about that, because that's just the way this shit goes.
Yeah, and just so everybody's kind of on the same page, when we're playing this game, we are playing Falcon battles. So everybody's Captain Falcon. Everybody's a different Falcon color.
Well, it's not called a Falcon battle. It's called a Fab battle.
A Fab battle, yeah, because we're all fighting to have the title of Fabulous and wear the pink and white skin, because that's Captain Fabulous, and he is the end-all be-all best character in that game.
The best skin, easily.
Yeah, he's the best character.
He's just given better stats.
Captain Fabulous stands for something. Okay.
And that's copywritten. So if anyone copies that, we're gonna sue the shit out of you.
Yep.
So you can't touch it.
All of your money, get in my pocket.
They're all our Fab battles, because we have a trophy for it.
Yes.
So
there's
a beautiful Fabulous bracelet.
Fabulous bracelet. It's pink.
Fabulous pink bracelet. It says Captain Fabulous on it
in white letters.
And we fight for it every week.
And there's falcons around his name on the bracelet, and I think there's a captain rank on it somewhere. It's epic. It's like literally a 45-minute to an hour and a half ordeal of getting this bracelet sometimes.
Yeah, because of the stupid rules, but that's a whole nother...
They're not stupid, they're tradition.
It's a whole other conversation. Just because slavery was tradition.
All right, this is different than that.
I'm just saying that's a shitty argument. Slavery was tradition. Does that mean it's better?
No, of course not.
Exactly. So tradition can change to make it better.
Yeah, it can, but it shouldn't always change.
We're not going to have this argument right now. I don't want to explain.
Let's have it. The mic is on. People need to know.
All right, fine. So the way this stupid game works is we have to win the game You have to win the Fab Battle. So you have to win as Captain Falcon.
And then you get to hold the bracelet.
Then you are Captain Fabulous. You
Right.
become the pink character, which immediately puts a fucking target on your back.
And you also get the title of Fabulous.
Sure.
That's your name. You have to change your name.
But in order to keep Fabulous, in order to win the night, you have to defend it. So you have to win it and then win a consecutive game, a second game, even though almost always you are fucking public enemy number 1 and murdered instantly.
And here's what I have to say to that. Okay, are you ready? Heavy lies the crown,
Okay.
Zach.
But here's the problem with that is when we're all hanging out at 11:30 at night with jobs the next day, it's not very fun when you're sitting there and one person wins Fabulous and the next game another person wins it and the next game another person wins it, and then if another person wins it, we have to do this all over again because that person has to fucking defend it, which they almost never get a chance to immediately. These past 2 games have been really fucking lucky because I don't think anyone knows how to play it yet. Once people get better at this game, these Fabulous battles will get more and more annoying, as they did for Smash 4, which was atrocious. Those games lasted 4 hours.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
All right, well, you're garbage. So
Where are your priorities, man?
let's move on.
This is Captain Fabulous.
Before we move on, let's rank these. I think that's only fair.
Give me a moment. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. What is your least favorite Smash game?
Melee. Fuck that game.
Wow, really? Over 64?
Yeah,
You hated Melee more than the original one.
of course I did.
Okay, the original one's kind of bad. So 64 is my least favorite. It's nostalgic,
man.
but it's gameplay-wise,
It's hard.
that one's really fucking annoying.
It's hard.
Stupid.
You know what else I think that they did? I think that they made you go flying across the map after getting hit with one smash and having 0 to like 15 damage. Because I could be wrong. I think they're trying to decrease the amount of inescapable combos that you could have done in the last one.
Oh, okay.
Because when you get a combo going and like you have 0 health, like you're not done getting a combo done to you until you're like fucking 50 health.
Okay, if that's true, which it's probably true.
If you know what you're doing.
Yeah, then I'm okay with it. That's fine then.
Because it's really hard to have somebody go halfway across the map after you get smashed, and then you have to run and catch up with them and then continue. Like,
No,
that's tough now.
You're absolutely right. That's fair. That was a good point. That makes sense. Okay. So,
Again, if you don't know the mechanics and you don't know what you're doing,
Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the finishing of the conversation.
Yeah.
So Melee's your least favorite.
Yeah.
64 is my least favorite. So there's 5 of them. So what's number 4 for you?
Number 4, like my second.
We're ranking them basically.
My second least favorite.
Yeah.
Brawl.
I agree.
Yeah.
Tripping ruined Smash Brothers.
Oh my god.
It ruined it.
If you like did like a double take, you'd be like, ugh, like eat shit, and then like you'd
It
be
was
done.
totally random too.
Yeah.
It made no sense.
Yeah.
It made literally no sense to punish you for running. Insanity.
What are you doing moving too fast?
Yeah. Character wise, it was the best the game had ever been at that point. But
Yes.
gameplay wise, they fucking went back so far, and it was
Yep.
so bad. I
I think they slowed it down a shit
thoroughly
ton, too.
dislike that. Yeah. No, Brawl was much slower than Melee. So yeah, even though we played that game probably the most because it had the most life, it lasted the longest. Because we were still pretty young when that game was out.
It's funny you say that because I really don't remember playing Brawl a lot.
Oh, I remember. It was all we played. I remember when
remember
the Wii U one came out. I wasn't living alone anymore at that time. I was living in the house
with the
by
roommates.
myself with the roommates for a full year, and we played Smash almost every week. And that Smash at that time was Brawl, so that's the one I remember.
Oh yeah, I guess
we
you're
played
right.
that one. I think the most
Yeah, that was like right after we graduated high school.
because Smash 4, the Wii U Smash, we went like 2 years without playing that game.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
So I think Brawl had the most life.
I think you're right. That's crazy.
Still one of the worst ones.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It's still really bad comparatively to the other ones. Because, okay, so number 3 for you, I assume, is then...
64.
Okay. I just don't get it. I assume
Because
it's...
I understand that game more.
Yeah, you played it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and Rob did play that game a lot.
Yeah.
So you got... you guys had a good understanding of how the mechanics worked.
Yeah.
So whenever I
I
played,
had a better understanding.
yeah. So
Not
whenever I
anymore,
played with you
but,
guys,
yeah.
it just wasn't fun.
Yeah.
Because you guys knew all the stupid tricks.
Rob knew all the stupid tricks because
Yeah.
Rob would just fuck your face with Kirby
Yeah.
and just spike you like mercilessly. There was
Relentless.
nothing I could do against Rob's Kirby.
Yeah.
His little red cheese ball fuck. I couldn't do it. I couldn't fight him with anyone. I even tried like Fox, who was like arguably one of the best character in that game. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. No, Rob changed the tier list.
I mean, Kirby's always been
with
really
those-
good.
Not really. In the world of like professional Smash, especially, I don't know if Kirby was on the top tier list of the original game. Rob would have put up an argument for that because that stupid spike system that he had was insane.
Oh my god.
All right. So your number 3 is 64. My number 3 would be Melee, because again, regardless of how clunky it was to me,
Mm-hmm.
it was very fast paced. But again, base Melee was not very good.
Right.
And it was really fucking hard, and it was really stupid at times. And
It was broken. It was
and-
just broken.
yeah, stupidly unforgiving. Like not unforgiving in a challenging way, unforgiving in a stupid way.
Yeah.
So, but I played that game a lot. I played that game probably the most because I personally owned it in the sense of I was a kid and it was one of the only video games I owned. So
Mhm.
I played it all every day, and I dedicated a lot of my time to that game.
Yeah.
And so I found over the years a really deep appreciation for it,
Mhm.
and I was pretty damn good at that one because
And they had really good voice acting in that game. As weird as that sounds, I don't know if you ever like paid attention to that stuff as a kid.
Absolutely.
I did. I hated the transition between Melee and Brawl in Fox's voice actor. I hated it. It like irked me so bad, and I know that's so dumb
That's really dumb.
for that kind of game. I know it's dumb, but it really, really bothered me.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
Yeah, I know.
I
I know it's weird.
I
but
never paid attention.
I hated that.
I only ever picked up on that stuff when you would point it out, so it didn't even matter to me. And I can understand why you're pointing out Fox is because we only used Fox in Melee.
Who else were you able
exactly.
to use when Fox was on the board?
Yeah, when-
No one.
If someone picked Fox, everyone picked Fox because
Yeah.
he's the best character in that game, in the base game, I should
Yeah.
say. So, yeah, that was rough. Those were rough times.
Mhm.
Number 2, I think it's this one.
Yeah, I'm with you on the next two then because
Yeah,
I don't know this game well enough.
nobody in the world is going to agree with this list, by the way, because everyone loves
Whatever.
Melee. Everyone thinks Melee is the best.
Yeah,
But
fuck Melee.
I also I very much agree with that statement. But yeah, I think this one it's in the short time that we've played it, it's found that balance, I think.
Yeah.
And I think we'll come to appreciate. I think this will eventually end up probably being my number 1.
I already appreciate what they're trying to do.
Yeah, me too. Like I said, really the only issue I have is the one thing.
Yeah.
I really don't have any issues with this game. I think everything else, I think the visuals are great. I think the character roster is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's so great how they brought everyone back.
Except Banjo's not in it yet.
Nobody cares.
You are so wrong about that. What the hell are you talking
I just
about?
wanted to get a reaction out of you.
All right, this is what they need to do. They need to put the Banjo-Kazooie, Crash Bandicoot, and Spyro in that game. That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. I'm sticking to it. That's what they need to do.
All right. Well, we talked about it enough. So our number 1 is Smash 4.
Yeah.
And even though no one's going to agree with it,
I don't care.
I think it was just the smoothest.
Yeah.
Everything just flowed so well in that game, and
I think
each
so.
game was so much fun. I don't remember I don't remember going fuck this game from like the controls ever
No.
in that game.
Melee, I did.
Because
Brawl, I did.
you got exactly. You got to think of it like this. Think about us having such a shitty time with Brawl, and then Smash 4 coming out. That's how you know
Yeah.
the transition was. That's why Smash 4 is my favorite, because going from such a shit ass game like Brawl to that,
Yeah.
I was like, this is a godsend.
Yep.
This is the greatest fucking
Mhm.
Smash game I've ever.
And then
played.
they took this game and they improved on that, and now
Exactly.
here we are.
This game is basically just a combo of Smash 4 and Melee.
Yeah, kind of.
That's basically what it is. So that's perfectly fine with me.
Mhm.
All right, so now that we've hit all the other shit and we're 45 minutes into this thing, let's go to our title.
Clickbait!
Yeah. You got fucking nailed with clickbait.
We're gonna talk about it for 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, we'll give it like a good 10-15 minutes.
Yeah,
And the reason why we're not going to give it a lot of time is because it's fucking 2.5 minutes of nothing.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to the gist of this conversation is going to end up being.
So can we actually, this is what I want to do. I want to actually watch it and then talk about it. Are you
this
okay
is going
with
to get
that?
taken off YouTube then.
We can't.
Yeah, it won't work.
Can we
Yeah,
watch
copyrights suck.
Can we watch it without,
Recording it?
like, without volume?
Sure, yeah. No, as soon as something of audio starts playing, YouTube will strike it immediately.
Loophole!
All right, so real quick. Well, before you do that, real quick, obviously, we're talking about Avengers 4.
Yes.
So we're...
The trailer.
Retroactively, if you've made it this far, whoops. But I will put in the description the time codes when we talk about all this stuff.
That's fair.
So
That's
hopefully
fair.
someone reads the description and then they'll just skip to this if this is
Kind
all
of like
they
a
want us to
cheat
do.
code.
Yeah,
Think
exactly.
about it. Yeah.
So
Just kind of fitting with the
yeah,
rest of
let's
this
do a
podcast.
live reaction to the trailer, and we'll have to talk about it because obviously we can't listen to it.
Right.
So we're starting this bitch up. Avengers: Infinity War. Obviously, spoilers. Everyone died.
Endgame.
Well, I'm saying from Infinity War, everyone died.
Gotcha.
So we're starting from there.
Slowly fading in on...
Tony Stark is drifting away at I was gonna say it's sea. In the great sea of space.
the big sea.
The big sea.
The big black sea.
I really like this. I like how
So do I.
I like how he's
I think he's recording a message to Pepper Potts
yes,
right now.
he's basically recording his last will and testament because he thinks he's about to die.
Right.
I like the desperation. It also makes me really curious because did Nebula just leave him to die?
Yeah.
So,
There was a couple people on that planet still,
no,
wasn't there?
it was just them two.
Really?
Literally, because it's just the two of them, Spider-Man and the Guardians, and all the Guardians disappeared.
Except
Except
Rocket,
for
but
Nebula.
he's on Earth.
But he's on Earth,
Yeah.
exactly. So,
Okay, so yeah, you're right. Wow.
isn't that fucked up? So, I guess Nebula leaves him to die because you see Nebula later on in her own ship. But yeah,
Right.
so
now he's turning the helmet off. He's done recording his message.
yeah, no, Tony's really
Marvel
really not feeling
Studios.
good. I
fades
love
away.
how they did.
That's great.
Yeah, the turning to ash
Yeah.
of the symbol.
Here's Thanos' armor on a scarecrow.
It's a
looking
scarecrow.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
it's literally exactly from the comics. Did you pause it real quick?
Okay. Let's
Did you
pause it.
know? Did you notice in that shot Thanos is missing a finger?
No.
The snap really fucked his hand up.
Get outta
he's
here.
Really fucked up because of it.
Wow.
And
That's pretty cool.
Obviously, the snap really fucked up his arm, but he also took a giant axe to the chest, so I think
Yeah.
he's pretty fucked up from that too.
Yeah, you would think so.
So it makes me really curious. What's the? Because the idea is they're gonna go back in time, right? That's kind of like
yeah, I mean that's what I think is gonna happen. Because
Yeah.
how else do you come back from that and then get the
yeah, it's
characters
pretty
back?
obvious, right? They're gonna go back in time.
They're gonna use a time stone because
so then-
Doctor Strange did some fucked up shit. We all know that.
So then Thanos will be at full strength again. Because I was gonna say fighting him now would be nothing because he's so weak now. But
is that how it happens in the comics? I never read the comics.
No, I never read them either. I have no idea.
So then we're just
All I
kinda
know is that
speculating.
they've ripped a bunch of shots, like exact moments. Like the snap is exactly from the comics,
Right.
and the thing where he puts his armor up on the Scarecrow and he's Farmer now, Farmer Thanos. That's from the comics as well.
he becomes a farmer.
Well, I mean, he's in a little farm.
Oh, thank God they're all gone now. I can finally farm my melons in
Fucking
peace.
Stardew Thanos in space.
Harvest half a moon.
That was really good. That's like a deep-seated pun.
Can we make like a Photoshop thumbnail of Thanos?
Thanos and Harvest Moon as
He's just toting a space horse around.
If I was any good at fucking Photoshop, you know what? I'm gonna try it. I want to get this up as soon as possible, but I'll try it. I'll try to do that before we do that.
I'm
But
just picturing him in a straw hat toting a space horse, watering like his apocalypse
Exactly.
melons. Just...
Farmer Thanos. All right. So
let's keep going.
let's keep going.
So is this
It's Avengers HQ.
okay? So this is the Avengers.
The Avengers in
Space.
upstate, yeah. And
Captain America's crying.
Captain America and what's her face?
Black Widow.
Black Widow's explaining how the Thanos snap worked.
Mm-hmm.
I like how Thor is Thug Thor.
Yep,
And he's
Thug
all
Thor with
fucking
the
depressed
sweatshirt.
because he lost
There's
everyone.
Nebula.
That's what Captain America's explaining right
Yeah.
now. And
Here's Clint's
we'll pause it now.
Hawkeye.
So
that was cool.
Judging by Hawkeye's face here, what are the odds his family died right in front of him?
Let's see his face. So he got a haircut.
Yeah.
Actually, it kind of looks like he buzzed his head in like patches in his bathroom from like emotional strife.
Yeah, and he just murdered a bunch of people.
Yeah,
clearly.
it looks like he's having flashbacks. I don't know why
to the moment he was holding his children as they disappeared into dust.
Right?
Yeah, that's
Kratos, Game of the Year.
Oh
my God, are we coming full circle right now?
I'd say the chances are 100%.
Yeah, I think they died.
He absolutely lost his entire family.
Yep.
So, also, what are the chances? Do you think we're gonna get like a Hawkeye John Wick in this movie, where he's just gonna
go,
or on just a relentless rampage of killing people?
We better.
I would really. That would be a great moment for Hawkeye,
right?
Because everyone was so upset he wasn't in the last one. So
I actually wasn't that upset.
Neither was I. I don't care, but I'm just saying, for the sake of bringing him into this movie and him being obviously an original,
he's got to have some kind of like kick the door down. Here I am.
A comeuppance of some sort.
Right.
I actually. This was the way I pitched it in my own head, and it's something I really appreciate. Just thinking about if it could possibly happen. We get badass Hawkeye, and then he
burns down Thanos' farm.
No. Yeah, exactly. But we have that moment where Hawkeye goes like one-on-one with Thanos, and then he like runs and jumps up at Thanos, and Thanos just snaps his neck immediately.
Oh my God! Someone call Marvel.
Because he's just a human.
Get this man a job.
This guy would not stand a fucking chance against that.
No, of course not.
So
isn't he like the Aquaman of the
That's a good analogy.
I mean, like that character that actually can do some pretty badass shit, but it was like, come on, dude, you have a bow and arrow, you fucking
That's
loser.
like the classic iteration of Aquaman though. But like Jason Momoa is like word dude. He's like super cool.
California, dude.
Surfer. He's a Hawaiian actually.
Whatever.
Play it. Let's keep going.
All right, let's keep going. Okay, so his family's dead.
He's definitely absolutely dead. And now
Captain America's looking at a picture of what the hell was her name? Agent Carter.
Agent Carter. She's dead already though. So
yeah, but like everyone else is dead with her now, and he's like, why am I not up there?
Yeah. So they're basically saying they have a plan and it's gonna work, and Captain America's saying it's gonna work because what else can they do? And they're the Avengers, so obviously it's gonna work.
And then here's the Avengers.
Here's the title
pouring in.
We'll talk about the title after this the last stinger at the end here. Okay. But yeah, the music was somber, as it should be.
Right.
And now we have the final moment here where we get good old-fashioned Marvel comedy in a dark, dark, dark fucking place. Where Ant-Man arrives at Avengers HQ. He's like, you totally remember me. Scott Lang. Well, I mean, Ant-Man.
In Germany, we met, and I crushed you, and it was good.
Yeah. I'm Ant-Man. You definitely remember that. And
but I'm so confused
Captain
because,
American.
Spoiler, wasn't he trapped in the quantum realm at the end of his movie?
He was, but just, come on. Is he really going to stay there the whole movie?
No, but like how do you get out when no one knows you're in there?
That's the question that they will answer in the movie.
Come on, trailer? That's good. Yeah. That's how you do a trailer.
Yeah.
There we go. Here we are.
You should just say that every time we watch a trailer. That's how you do a trailer.
You want to talk about Broly? You want to talk about
Absolutely.
Because that's how you do a trailer right there.
Fuck you.
No,
we're not talking about that. Okay, so the title, Avengers Endgame. What's your thoughts?
I don't like it.
Why?
I don't know. It's funny. I saw that and immediately, I swear to God, this is my first thought. I'm like, they were probably trying to think of something like, dude, what'll I get the biggest reaction out of people right now? Endgame.
No, that
was my thought. Okay. I was like, yeah.
Well, you're wrong because they literally say the title of this movie in the last movie.
They did?
Yeah, Doctor Strange. Before he fades,
you're right.
He goes, "We're in the Endgame now."
It's such a better appreciation for it now.
Exactly. So, but you know what's really fucking weird? When that movie came out and he says that line, from the second that movie comes out, for about like 2 or 3 months, everyone's speculating the title of Avengers 4 because everyone knows, because it started as this was Avengers Infinity War and then it was going to be Infinity War Part 2.
Right.
That's how it started. And then they stopped that. They're like, no, this is Infinity War and then 4 is going to be something else. Mm-hmm. So from the second Infinity War came out and everyone heard that line, they're like, okay, it's Avengers Endgame. It's got to be the title. It's got to be the title. And for some reason, everyone just fucking talked themselves out of it. They're like, you know what? I think it's going to be The Last Avenger, actually.
What if Marvel was like, no?
Yeah. And then everyone...
It's Avengers house party.
That's a great title. What was the other one? It was rumored heavily. Avengers Annihilation. That was another heavy, like, people.
It doesn't even make sense.
Exactly. I saw so many Google news alerts that it was like rumored, speculated title, Avengers Annihilation to be announced. And
Avengers train wreck.
Yeah.
Like,
Avengers, everyone's dead.
Avengers R.I.P.
R.I.P.D. The crossover we all wanted.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges is Farmer Thanos.
Oh, could you imagine Jeff Bridges as Thanos?
Oh God, that almost is a better pick. No, Josh Brolin did a great job.
He was amazing. He was such a good Grimace.
That is a. I just listened to a big interview that the two directors had, the Russo brothers.
Yeah, they're amazing, by the way.
They're really cool dudes, and they were talking about the visual effects of that movie, and
yeah,
they were like, "We tried really hard to make sure Thanos didn't look like Grimace." Like, he literally says Grimace specifically. I'm like,
that's true.
You
though.
totally think it looks
Yeah.
like Grimace.
Yeah, everyone knows it looks like Grimace.
But he was saying it in the sense like they did the job of not making him look like
Right.
Grimace. But
Yeah.
he said Grimace specifically, so I'm like, it looks like Grimace.
Great flavor, Josh Brolin.
What a fucking movie, though.
Oh,
Infinity War
man.
was insane.
It was
so
great.
So here's for the last couple minutes here, here's our Avengers 4 speculation section.
Okay.
Should we do this every week? No, we shouldn't.
Can we actually just talk about Avengers every week?
Every single week we'll
that
just talk
possible?
about Avengers 4.
Challenge accepted, ladies and gentlemen.
How about this? We'll try to do it. If we forget, we forget. But every week we'll do a little segment in the end.
Spoiler, we're going to forget next week.
Exactly. We'll call it the Avengers 4 speculation section. And
what about the Avengers Corner?
I liked the alliteration that I said.
Okay.
So we're going to go with me.
So
on this one.
repeat it again?
The Avengers 4 speculation section.
I understand it's alliteration, but it doesn't sound like it. You know what I mean? Like.
All right, come up with a better one right now. You have 30 seconds.
Okay.
29.
So.
28.
Cue the Jeopardy music.
27. We're not doing that. 26.
Come on, we can edit
25 will get cut out. 24. 23. 22. 21. 20.
The Avengers.
19.
Speculation section.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's a great idea.
I know. I just came up with that.
You're fired.
In the last
You're fired. Get out. All right. So the speculation section for just me now. So what we're gonna do is every week you and I are gonna come up with one specific speculation. Predict one thing that's gonna happen in this movie right now. We're just every week until the movie comes out. Go ahead.
Captain America's only going to cry one tear.
Oh my God, that's a hot take right there. One.
So
the one in the trailer is his one tear.
Yep.
He's not gonna cry at all for the rest of the movie.
No.
That's a hot take right there. All right, here's my one speculation. In Avengers 4,
30, 29.
I'm trying to think of a funny answer, but I can't. That was really good.
No, seriously, what do you think is going to happen?
I think that for sure Captain America will be alive by the end of that movie.
You don't think he's going to die?
I don't think he's dying.
I think a lot of people think he's going to die.
Exactly, and I think they're going to twist it. I think he's going to go off into the sunset because money is just too damn great. And to just get rid of him, I don't want to elaborate because we can speculate so much more after this, but
yeah.
That's my one hot take. I think
Okay.
Captain America will be alive by the end of that movie.
I have so many questions now, but we'll save it for next week.
I also
Wait, no. We're doing one.
No. I'm not saying another prediction.
Oh, okay.
I'm also withholding the right to change that prediction.
Based on the other trailers.
Based on whatever else comes out. No, here, this is what we'll do. So if we want to change a previous prediction, that will be the prediction of that week. We'll be changing your old prediction.
Oh, interesting.
You don't get another one. You
Wow.
just change your old one.
We actually might have to start writing these down.
We're not. That's what I'm saying. It's more fun if we actually remember to do this. And if we don't, fuck it.
All right.
And if it randomly pops up again, that's a great Easter egg for somebody. So I think we did it.
I think so.
The first ever
Fool's Perspective, Pack of Fools podcast, patent pending.
And before you motherfuckers out there if anyone listens to this, I'm sorry. Thank you for listening to it. But if any of you
do.
motherfuckers,
Calling our audience motherfuckers.
if any of you motherfuckers go, why don't you say your fucking names? I'm Zach,
I'm Mike.
and this was a Fool's Perspective. Please, like,
Share, subscribe,
hit the notification bell,
hit that bell.
listen over and over again, tell your friends, and then listen again next week when we do this again.